What is up, everyone? My name is Boiling Heart, and today I wanted to take a moment to compare Soldier 76 and Reaper's characters together. It's an established fact that Reaper is one of the biggest bad guys in the cast at the moment and extremely dangerous with his ties to the terrorist organization Talon, his tactical combat style, and the fact that he literally leeches off the souls of his victims. But after thinking about it for some time, I've started to notice that in some aspects, Soldier 76 actually makes for a more frightening opponent than Reaper does in some scenarios. Soldier is supposed to be the good guy, a vigilante just out to find the truth behind what brought down Overwatch, but it's his chaotic, selfish attitude that makes me uneasy about this man. His intentions may be morally better than Reaper's, but how they carry out their missions is an entirely different question. Reaper carries out his missions quickly and efficiently, and canon heavily implies that Reaper is very strict on keeping his missions organized and carefully planned out, and he values strategy and tactical skills above all else.
Ready for combat operations. Let's just get the job done. Try to stick to the plans. Stick to the mission. Everything's going according to plan.
And it makes sense, of course, since he was the head of Blackwatch before he died and became the Reaper. His organization and precision makes him all the more deadlier, but there's one key difference that sets him apart from Soldier 76. This scene is from Infiltration, this scene right here. Reaper swoops in, guns blazing and killing every soldier on sight except for the one who ran away. Sure, he did knock himself out and render him useless, but the point remains that Reaper turned away from him when he realized the soldier was not a threat and did not fight back. Reaper only targeted those who were in his way of getting to Volskaya. Compare this to Soldier in his hero cinematic. Not only is his combat style drastically different from Reaper's, being more rugged, feral, and almost brutal in comparison to Reaper's one-shots and suffocation, but Soldier showed no sympathy for the gangsters that were already down. Even when the gangsters were on the ground screaming and begging him to stop, he proceeds to brutally murder them. I mean, look at this scene. He drags this gangster, beats the ever-living hell out of him off-screen. Who knows how long he's already been beating this one guy up before the camera gets here, drags his unconscious body around the alley, then literally throws him into an electrical casing, burning out the whole area and most likely killing him in the process. If Soldier's intentions were to kill Los Muertos gangsters, he certainly chose one hell of a way of doing so. Had Reaper been in his position, it would have just been a simple gunshot to each gangster and disregard those who ran or gave up. It's also worth noting that through this entire sequence, Soldier 76 seems very animalistic, snarling and growling a lot while fighting, and favoring melee combat for the most part. It isn't until the climax that he realizes the 12-year-old right behind him, and even when the grenade is tossed, he almost downright abandons her to die. He had to stop and think about whether or not he should rescue her from the danger he was the direct cause of. This hesitancy, paired with his brutality and recklessness, makes him extremely dangerous in comparison to Reaper. Reaper works intently to make sure his operations don't go awry, and plans everything so it doesn't get noisier than it should. Talon assigns him a job, he takes it, executes it, and moves on. He also has direct goals. His main drive is to take out former agents of Overwatch out of revenge, and he systematically hunts and kills these targets. Canon doesn't specify whether or not he does something outside of checking off his hit list or working with Talon, and as far as the Talon bit is concerned, we're not entirely sure why he's even allied with them. Soldier 76 has a personal vendetta, one slightly more vague than Reaper's. He wants to find out the truth behind what rogue elements brought down Overwatch, and it's established that he's willing to do anything to achieve this goal. His actions make it feel like he has little regard for the collateral damage he might cause on some of his missions, and most of his voice lines in-game correlate with that.
Get out of my way or I'll run you over. I'm a man on a mission. Stay out of my way. I don't play by the rules anymore. We all got it coming. I love the smell of pulse munitions in the morning. An eye for an eye.
In their prime, Jack Morrison and Gabriel Reyes contrasted each other drastically, and we see this especially during the Uprising event. Both commanders talk to us and guide us through our mission, and just the tone of their voices gives us insight on their character. Morrison is loud and harsh, shouting like a drill sergeant, and makes it known that he does not tolerate defeat. In comparison, Reyes was very calm and controlled, even in tense situations, and he never really shouted or raised his voice more than he needed to. We kind of see a glimpse of that old attitude during Infiltration when Widowmaker gets frustrated over missing her kill, and he quickly chimes in to assure this isn't a failure yet. Present day, Soldier still has the same gruff attitude, and despite the public not knowing his true identity, he still demands respect of others, or at least sees himself as someone you want to impress.
That's sir to you. You trying to impress me? You don't want to go to war with me. You have something to say. Say it. Earth, I've gone through a lot for you. Hope you appreciate it.
This kind of arrogance and chaotic behavior plays into his vindication. Because of what he's gone through, who he was, and what he stood for, he feels justified in doing whatever it is he feels necessary. This means infiltration, theft, brutality, and murder, so long as it means he's getting one step closer to the answers he wants. Bottom line, I believe Soldier 76 makes for a more fearsome opponent than Reaper on the grounds of his chaotic behavior and lack of regard to his well-being, as well as those around him. Reaper, though still a horrible serial killer, I can't deny that or dismiss that, is far more controlled than Soldier 76, which is an asset in any given situation. What do you guys think? Do you agree or disagree? I love hearing what you guys have to say and would love to know your opinion on this. Thank you guys for watching, and huge thanks to WoW Elite for supporting me on Patreon. Thanks for dropping by, and I'll see you in the next video.